Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and this is for Thursday, and we're now at the 12th of March, 2020. Bear market territory is all stock indices have now gotten into that 20% correction area. Now, we ended up last night hitting limit down, that's the circuit breaker, in the stock indices. They reopened this morning, went to the second circuit breaker, that's a 7% total decline. The third circuit breaker is what we're in, and that would be a 13% decline, but you have bounced off the low so far. It's only 920. We don't know what quite's going to happen. There's rampant selling in the gold, the silver, the copper markets. It's every market but the US dollar and the British pound and the bonds in the notes. Japanese yen down 70 points, British pound down 2 full cents. So this is not just a market that is looking as a normal trade. We're into that other part because over the weekend, and I've been prepping you the best I can, you're going to keep getting worse news. The European Central Bank today made its monetary decision. I think Ms. Lagarde did great. They're going to add quantitative easing rather than cutting the interest rate further. And the reason, it gets a better impact immediately on the market. Last night, the president talked about what he might do. And of course, you saw that travel from Europe in many ways has been restricted. When Ms. Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, was asked about it, she did the proper thing. That's not the central banker's job to answer those questions. That's between heads of government, and that's not what she is. The president is doing his best, and we'll hear more on the programs as to what can be done. But everybody should understand this is not truly yet in the U.S. something a Fed can change. It's a fiscal problem to head off and, of course, a national health problem. And we're going to see that that's the case. If you get my market research, you know that last night I wrote that the Chicago Mercantile Exchange floor is going to close effective tomorrow, that's Friday, until they decide that it's safe to open. Why? Because if you've ever been in a trading pit, and most of you haven't, you're shoulder to shoulder in there and disease can spread. What will it impact? Truly, not as much as you think. That's because practically everything that is done electronically. So yes, it makes deeper markets when you get, for example, in the euro dollar, not eurocurrency, euro dollar pit, which is foreign interest rates abroad. Nice, you get 500 guys in there bidding and offering. It's very, very fascinating to watch it, and it adds depth to a market. To a degree, that'll be gone. But the rest of the markets, be it the gold markets, be it the mini S&Ps, the NASDAQ that you trade, everything behind me, it's electronic. So it doesn't have that bearing. Now, why are we selling off in everything as big as it is? Fear, get my money into place. That is the theme of the day. So it doesn't matter what you think is a safe haven. What I've been pointing out is when people sell because they're scared, suddenly a trade turns into an investment and they sell the things that might be better just because they're in a panic mode. History shows you come to regret it, but don't fall into the trap. It's really that simple. So, European Central Bank, not going to change interest rates. They're keeping, they would roll out cheap loans with an interest rate as low as minus 0.75. They're going to step up bond purchases. So they're doing right now about $20 billion a month. They're going to go up from there to $120 billion. The president said he's going to shut down travel to the U.S. from most European countries, with the exception of the U.K. We'll get more of a list on that. Tax payments for certain businesses and individuals hit by the health crisis, the president said, are going to be deferred in certain manners. He will take emergency action to provide financial relief for workers who are ill, quarantined of caring for others due to the COVID-19. He instructed the SBA to provide capital and liquidity to firms being hit by this. And that's the wrong board that I have there. Not sure what happened on that one. There we go. PPI came out today. There we are. PPI came out with demand, and I don't know that these matter, but it was down 0.6. It was expected to be down just 1/10. Ex food and energy down 0.3. Expected actually up 1/10. Does any of it matter right now? Even the jobless claims numbers. We know that we're about to get more problems. Carnival Cruise Lines today announced for 60 days a halt to operations. They'll restart their cruises that will begin departing May 1st. Smart move. Once you hear your own base, the U.S. government say don't take cruises, why are you doing that? You're better off mothball, clean, take care of the ships, and then resume operations as this virus too will cease to exist. So you try to put that together. Now, one of the things I try to do for you each day is start you off in the morning with the news of the day, trading ideas, what to do or not do. And the one thing I was saying this morning, keep your hands in your pocket. You're going to see these markets enter, I don't want to say a panic stage because that's not what it is. It's a liquidation stage. There is no panic. I can tell you that. Looking at the charts, 50 years of experience, people are selling everything, but it's not the way it was 10 years ago. There's liquidity. You're not going limit up, limit down, except in thinner markets like the meats. They did do that today. But watch, you're not getting there in the grains. You're not doing it in the energy markets. That's the point I'm making. But it's going to get down to a point where there's going to be bargains out of this. And that is what you look for. If you didn't catch the short side, you're waiting for the other. But the key is waiting for the right time and place. If you get my subscriber video, you know what I'm getting at. If not, this is a good time for you to go to our website, under the word research, read about it, sign up for it there, and away you go. Again, www.iraepstein.com, research. It's the way to start your morning. I start recording about 5:40 a.m. Central Time. You have it well before 6:37 in the morning. So that's when you try to get it out to you. I'm Ira. You have a good day, and I will talk to you all this afternoon.